Welcome to A Blessing a Day. I'm Father, your name, and I'm so glad you're joining us today. As we dive into the profound messages of today's readings, let's open our hearts to the wisdom that God offers us through His Word. In a world filled with uncertainties and shifting values, remember that our true strength lies in placing our trust in the Lord. Today, we explore themes of hope, resilience, and the true blessings that come from our faith in God. Today's first reading from the book of Jeremiah reminds us that trusting in human beings can lead to barrenness, like a bush in the desert. But those who place their hope in the Lord are like trees nourished beside a stream, bearing fruit even in the most difficult seasons. This imagery speaks volumes about our spiritual journey. When we rely solely on our own strength, we can feel overwhelmed and empty, much like a barren bush struggling for sustenance. But when we anchor ourselves in God, we find unyielding strength and a vibrant life that flourishes even amidst trials. Jeremiah calls us to consider where we place our trust. Are we placing it in the temporary and often unreliable aspects of this world? Or are we directing our faith towards the eternal promises of God? That trust is the very essence of our relationship with Him. The believer's life can be full of storms, yet like the tree planted by the water, our roots should be firmly entrenched in faith, allowing us to weather such storms with grace. In the letter to the Corinthians, St. Paul illuminates the significance of the resurrection. He emphasizes that if Christ has not been raised, our faith is futile, and we remain in our sins. Imagine this. Every time we celebrate the Eucharist, we are participating in this resurrection, proclaiming not just our faith, but the victory of Christ over death. As St. Augustine reflected, we are an Easter people, and Alleluia is our song. This means that every day can be touched by the hope of resurrection. The message is clear. Jesus triumphed. Thus, we too can rise above our earthly struggles. Now, let's reflect on the Gospel from Luke. Here, Jesus speaks the Beatitudes, turning societal values upside down. He blesses the poor, the hungry, and those who weep, challenging our conventional understanding of success and happiness. It's a radical call to recognize that true fulfillment is found not in material wealth or societal approval, but in our relationship with God. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for they will find the treasures of the kingdom of heaven. You might wonder, why does Jesus focus on the struggles of the downtrodden? Because when we find ourselves in need, we're open to receiving God's grace. When we are hungry, we learn the depth of our reliance on God to satisfy our needs, both physical and spiritual. And in our weeping, we become aware of our capacity to experience joy, not just fleeting happiness, but that profound joy which comes from Christ alone. Jesus doesn't shy away from highlighting the woes that come with worldly prosperity. Those who are rich now may find that their possessions do not fulfill them. Those who are full may hunger for more than just physical sustenance. It's a gentle but firm reminder to reflect on our priorities. Are we seeking after things that ultimately leave us feeling empty? Or are we striving towards the eternal, the divine, the things that nourish our souls? As we contemplate these messages, let's ask ourselves, what does it mean to truly trust in God? It means entrusting our entire being to Him, knowing that He is our source of strength, hope, and sustenance. When we encounter adversity, we can echo the words of Saint Teresa of Avila. Prayer is an act of love. In prayer, we connect to that stream of living water that nourishes us, enabling us to bear fruit in our lives and share that abundance with others. So today, I encourage you to reflect on these readings. Ask God to help you to root your trust deeply in Him, much like that tree planted by the water. Know that even in drought, He provides, and even in mourning, He brings forth joy. Keep in mind that our temporary hardships are a part of our faith journey, and every trial can be a stepping stone toward spiritual growth. Remember, as St. John Paul II said, "Do not be afraid. Open wide the doors to Christ." As we conclude, let's carry these reflections into our lives. May we strive to live out our faith boldly and joyfully, celebrating the blessings that God has placed in our lives. I invite you to share this message with friends and family who may need to hear it today. Don't forget to subscribe to A Blessing a Day for more daily inspirations as we continue to grow together in faith. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you, and may you find strength and hope in Him today and always. God bless.